One thing that I learned very early in my marketing career that I think is one of the things I think about the most often. All marketing and sales processes are like a relationship, and the way that a lot of small, scrappy lawn care businesses kind of play like a numbers game, where if I just ask every girl in the bar out, one of them will say yes. What more mature business owners start to do is realize I have to invest a little bit of time with people to build a relationship before I beg them to love me. We want to find the middle ground between this, where we're like, it's spring, we have to sell right now. It puts all of this pressure on you and on your ad campaigns to like move the needle immediately. And it becomes super stressful, and that makes people not want to do it. Whereas if we're building a habit of marketing year round, there's not as much pressure. You're able to test things when it's not as urgent to move the needle. Just real quickly, like, why does this happen to lawn care businesses? It's because it's the path of least resistance. You don't care about marketing until it's absolutely mandatory that it happen right now. And so this is why this happens. And I mean, almost every lawn care business owner I've ever talked to describes this happening to them. I think that there has to be a point where, especially when you're still in the field, still doing the work, there's a lot of demands on your time. And if you're getting enough customers to keep everything afloat, then that's where you need to be. But when we're at that inflection point, crossing over big milestones to $1 million in revenue, you have to start thinking about things in a bigger way and in a more process-oriented way that can carry you through the entire year and not rely on like a frantic search for customers at the last second. Year-round marketing, just to talk about like some reasons why I think this is so important to be doing. And we'll talk about like more specifically, like kind of a plan of action for the entire year. Just like keeping a fire burning all the time is easier than having to start a completely new fire every few months. If you're just tossing another log in, that's a lot easier than like, I got to get my flint and steel out and sit here and scrape and spark until we get something going. And that's why a lot of people will tell you like, oh, this platform doesn't work. It's, Facebook doesn't work, AdWords doesn't work. It's because they're going in and they're trying to start something and demanding it produce results in a week. We need to be making that transition from a very sales-oriented marketing process to a brand-building marketing process. Because that's one of the things, and I think Jacob would agree with this, when you're making that transition from being sort of a smaller lawn care business to crossing that $1 million threshold, you're transitioning from like just being a business to needing to kind of present yourself as a brand that's a little bit bigger. The first reason is that marketing year round will make your in-season marketing more effective. 100% of the time, absolutely true with running campaigns for scooters. Because of all of the stuff that they do all through the calendar, when we go to tap something in season, people respond to it immediately. As someone who works on this stuff every day, and I have, a number of clients, and I can see who does this and who doesn't, and I can compare results, I can tell you that like you absolutely need to be posting organically on social media. It's absolutely necessary.